Ian, how you doing?
Good, man. Still building.
What the heck you doing now? I walk in today and Ian's got a structure on the structure. This is like earthquake proof now.
Well, I just didn't want it to flex, man. I put the mold back on and then build a structure on top of it to support and keep it in shape.
I mean, this thing I could drive a truck over it, I bet. I said, Ian, dude, are we in the tank building business? Come on, man, just a structure, not a tank. We're not going through walls with a mold.
That's all the screws I can see. Hopefully there isn't a couple down in here. There it is. That was the sound of success. Let's see what it does. Hold it.
It feels like something's
Yeah.
holding. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there. I can see it. There it is. See if I can scoot under there and take a look from there. I'll see the screw coming through.
I'm worried about, is this thing gonna separate from the car without like tearing the car off? It's built that strong.
Look, there's a screw. right where I left it.
Right where you put it.
So this should just pop off now.
Got it?
Let's see.
Man, it's
Yeah.
sturdy.
Yeah. Look at that. This is what the whole thing's been leading to. You know, we remove the mold, we lay it on the ground, and this is what I was hoping to show to Victor. As crazy as this whole contraption looks, I've got two things. Not only am I making it rigid, but I'm creating a framework so that it's self-supporting and it lays flat on the ground so I can lay the fiberglass in really efficiently.
Now I'm glad you did the overkill with all of the steel bracing, because now look, it's easy to move around.
Yeah, the whole thing here is that is the mold. That's finished. We'll do a little cleanup on the stuff that's stuck to it, but there you go. That's ready to rock. First part of the process is twice the release compound. Really thought about how the thing would detach. The next step is to screw the mold into the body to make sure that it doesn't flex. The next part is just basically smothering the thing in expanding foam. I felt like expanding foam was a really good backer because it covers a huge surface area. It ends up very rigid and extremely lightweight. All the screws are marked with blue tape. Pretty much all I'm gonna do is I'm going to build a flat tabletop on top of this with steel tube. This whole steel web is just kind of encompassing. The one standard I need is a flat base plate for when this whole contraption flips over. It goes on the car basically upside down with all of these legs that attach it to the mold parts. This mold has to be perfectly rigid. The next step of the process is casting the end result car body. This whole structure really parallels myself in that it's super gnarly and ugly on the outside. It's what's on the inside that counts. Silky smooth.
Ian, how you doing?
Good, man. This thing is ready for action.
Man, this is like artwork, like Warhol stuff. Look at all the lines and stuff. It's contrasted to the different elevations. Shoot, you're getting pretty good at that.
Purely emotional. It's got a lot of feeling.
All right, let's see how good you did this.
Yeah, see, exactly.
What a difference.
Yeah, and then
You
it'll
have
flip over.
structure.
Getting these molds off the car, laying them on the ground, you can see the structure's doing exactly what I had hoped. I'm sure with a minor cleanup, these things are gonna be ready for the next step.
I can't believe the effort that went into this.
Way more time than I expected, man.
Yeah, I know you're working really hard on this, and I got a surprise for you. I got a buddy of mine that literally sprays, the molds. Remember you saying chopper gun and stuff?
I was planning on laying this fiberglass by hand, but it turns out Victor's got a little ace up his sleeve. Here at California Art Products, Victor knows people. He's got his buddy who has this facility that makes incredible pieces of art. They make molds, they make originals, reproductions, you name it. Their whole business is mold making and fiberglass casting. So we set them on the trailer and brought them in to have Andre take a look. These guys are doing it completely next generation. Everything is represented in three-dimensional CAD drawings. So realistically, if Victor did want that full size, that car could be just set on that table, a giant block of foam, and you could replicate it at this point.
Oh yeah, we do cars all the time. You know, fenders
Right.
away.
See, part of his thing is like, you know, I just need to be there, full size, full scale, and the car will tell us what to do. But depends how you feel standing next to it.
It's real hard when you're looking at a computer.
But you could literally scale Victor and put him in the image as well. It could be a virtual.
There we
just
go.
do cartoons, man.
Victor, get in there.
Yeah. This 5-axis machine seems like a perfect way to work, except when you change your mind, you know? You cannot debate with a machine like that.
Ian, you might want to look at this.
But wait, there's more.
Well, this will give you an idea of how delicate this thing will cut. See how thin those wings are?
Wild.
You better hold it for a second.
That's freaking crazy. Big benefit of using the process that Andre and his team do is the results are like world class. He's showing me this fighter jet model, super thin. Everything's been machined by these CNC mills. Yeah, it looks like you could literally take it and freaking fly it, man.
All right, so what's going on here?
Well, things have developed, let's put it that way. Victor kind of shows up and he's concerned. He thought we'd be picking up today. I got to give him the pep talk, but we're going way further on this project. They wanted me to bring the car in. They had a couple ideas. They loved the way the mold was built, but they had a couple better ideas as to how to finalize it. They wanted to re-index the mold on the car body and change it a little. His reaction was a little taken aback, you know. He thought he was coming in to see his finished product. Instead, he sees his car with the mold on it yet again, you know, kind of revisiting old ground, but he's hanging in there. I think it's gonna be all right.
I have one question. What happened to all the structure? What happened to that? What's going on there?
Well, they decided they want to cast the entire body in one piece. You know, I had it set up to be in 5 pieces.
Yes.
You know, they're not changing any of the work I did inside. They're just restructuring the outside so that they can shoot it in one piece. Andre wants to make a one-piece mold so that everything matches and the project will be all the better for it. When you lay up the parts separately, you know, the air temperature, the amount of resin you use, things shrink when they harden. So if you do 5 different pieces, you get 5 different sizes. They want to lay up the entire body in one piece. That way when it cures, it's the same shape. So it's going to be way stronger. And then we trim it apart.
It's going to be one whole body. We just have to put it on the car instead of piecing it together.
Exactly. So it still breaks apart, similar to the way I built it. But instead of laying it up independently, they're gonna do it all in one thing with that chopper gun. And you'll see, it's pretty cool. I looked at a couple other parts they're doing, and it's super efficient. Watch. Today it looks like a mess. Tomorrow, it's gonna be a car, guaranteed. The thing about this chopper gun is its production quality. Super fast, yields professional results. These guys got it going on. I can't wait to see how this comes out. Today's the day. We're gonna find out if that mold adventure pays off. Done everything I could preparatory-wise, and nothing to it but to try it out. It's the moment of truth. Walking in on this thing, I see this giant contraption. It's even uglier and more hodgepodge than anything I had even made. So it's nice to see these guys swing it a little. They're totally out of their element, and they're just rolling with it. So this was my best guess, man. All we have to do is see if this car is gonna come out of the mold.
Don't even tell me all this effort. I'm kind of tripping out right now, and I'm going, wow. You know what? This is it, Ian. He goes, hey, hopefully this thing works out. And I'm thinking in my mind, hopefully. But the moment of truth is when we see it, this gotta look exactly like the car we built, you know.
I mean, worst case scenario, we've got a heck of a paperweight.
Let's see, here goes. Cross your fingers. Shoot, me and Ian look at each other, said, let's see if these guys can release this thing.
At this point, this is a total roll of the dice. It's a leap of faith. Will it release? Will we have to destroy the mold? Will it even come out? Hands off for me, I just left it to the professionals.
what's amazing, it's pretty primitive, right? I thought they had this kind of machine that sucked it out of this thing. Hey, no more work than what you did.
Yeah. Victor's all, oh yeah, I'm taking it to the professionals. You know, that's been his whole spiel this time. And he sees them doing the same thing we were doing, and he's a little bit taken aback. The edges peel off, but who knows if it's gonna release. Worst case, we can cut the mold apart and find the car in there, but I don't know. They're having some trouble, man. Otherwise, I mean, it's a great story, even if it doesn't work, right?
It isn't a great story for me. Look, the pressure's on. I see these guys with pro bars, all this stuff. I'm going, man, these guys are gonna crack this thing.
Oh, there it went. That's it, man. It's totally loose. Look at that. As soon as one part goes, the whole thing releases. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Looks like these guys know what they're doing, man. That
I
works.
didn't think it was gonna come out.
Yeah, but what's it look like? Just because it released doesn't mean it looks good. I mean, it could be all freaky. I don't know.
Please, have a positive attitude here, man. I'm like freaking because now's the moment of truth. We're gonna pop it out and actually see if it worked or not.
Thing is, you can't just flip this over. It takes about 6 guys. So sure, it popped free from the mold. Everything looks cool, but it's upside down. It's hard to see everything while it's upside down, but what I can see, it's looking all right. It's exactly what we were hoping for, right?
So far, it's looking pretty good, and what I could see from it here, all the lines and all the effort Ian put in making the mold, it's blocked. We don't have to do much body work. If everything lines up on top, I mean, that's the question. I'm gonna miss all the Bondo, your shirts and your socks.
Yeah, no, there's no laundry in this one. It's pretty smooth.
They tie these big straps on it, pull the forklift. I mean, that was the longest minute of my life. They turn the thing over and it's just like, hallelujah.
Oh, it looks even cooler on the ground like it's supposed to be. Look how low the car is, dude. That's crazy.
That's
You know,
that's a body.
wow. It looks great. I mean, everything about it looks like a part should coming fresh out of the mold.
You know what? I'm just trying to comprehend what we just achieved.
You can't
man.
comprehend what we just achieved. It's awesome. So this is good. We're back to square one. So it's like we just found our project car. Let's get back to the lab and build a car.
I'm still in shock that we pulled this off.
It's pretty good. Pretty good first try, man. Now that we got the actual car body built, it's time to cut this whole sculpture model thing apart. My main problem is that Victor's become sentimental. He wants to try to maintain the original sculpture. Talking about a wall hanging or something, and I gotta try to cut this car apart in a way that it still looks like the car. Kind of a twofold approach here. Victor wants to save the original. I'm excited to get this new piece put on. First thing, I know we're saving the interior structure of the roof, so I'm gonna skin this windshield right off, get it out of the way, take this panel, and try to get the roof to open again. In looking at this, you know, there's a million ways to skin a cat. And this is the same thing I look at every car that I'm about to chop or modify in that, what's the simplest course of action? If this was a manufactured product, I would know where the parting lines could be, but this is really just a pile of stuff. So if I could keep the whole side of the car intact, then mission accomplished. The whole thing is how to detach it in one piece. This was pretty surprising. To part the whole side of the car off that efficiently, you could tell we didn't build it like a real vehicle. This is like perfect, man. I'm all jazzed up. We got to get this car assembled. So, got this body back from the fiberglass shop. Good call. One piece, it's perfect. Cut out the headlights, set up the parting lines, cut a couple access holes, and it's really like next level. Super nice. One of the cool things they did when it was there, aside from making the one-piece body, they incorporated this whole engine bay area that I made out of aluminum and steel on the Porsche, and perfect call. I won't need any of the structure that was on the Porsche. Self-supporting, super rigid, super thin. And the thing about suspending it with this gantry is that I can raise it up and down, adjust its attitude however I need. It's gonna make creating the body mounts a lot simpler. Instead of having 5 guys trying to position it, it's hanging, can brace it off the car, build all the structure underneath. The thing is, this is what the whole project's been leading up to. The moment of truth is, does this new body actually fit the car? I'm thinking what the guys in the mold shop were telling me. There's shrinkage, there's stretchage, the mold could change shape. You know, an inch is a mile in car terms. This thing's been across town and back. Anything could have changed. I'm super excited to have this back, but now the thing is suspended, and when you lower it, you're gonna know. That's the thing, drop the anchor, see if it sticks. Walking around looking at this, I mean, it fits perfect. It's like a giant model car. It looks great. This really thin fiberglass shell is actually giving us more room than I expected. It's hard to describe exactly what I was thinking at 2:30 a.m. when I couldn't sleep, but it was something like this. Your pivot point's here, and your air dam is here, and as it's turning, the air dam's gonna bang into the ground. So how do I get the air dam down here, so far away from the pivot point, to do that? And I started doing this, and you'll see, it'll translate a lot better in aluminum. I'm trying to keep the car as light as possible. I wanna build this out of aluminum stock. I'm gonna make it really big and heavy at first, prove that it works, and then drill holes, lighten it, polish it, whatever. So this end would typically do that, right? But now this end is going up and way out. This is what I was picturing, but the whole thing is it gonna work in the confines of that car body? You know, you can make anything, but in the end, will it fly? In theory, a tabletop demonstration proves it should work. All I gotta do is put it in the car and see if it actually happens. Cutting out this hood looks simple, but it's actually kind of techy. In other words, there's a lot of expensive Porsche underneath. You're going in with this big caveman saw blade. And the thing is, this is our end result body panel, so you wanna stay on the line. You know, there should only be about a 3/8 inch gap in the panel, so crooked cut means crooked car. We don't want that. Now that this nose section is parted off from the body, the only thing to do is see if that hinge does what I am telling it to. It looks like it should just pop up. It's free, so exactly. Up. Yes, look at all that room. What's not to like about that? This is perfect. Big question in my mind was, when this hinge moves, was the panel going to clearly separate from the body, or was it going to scrub up against it? You know, my theory was that it would move forward and open. It does exactly that. I almost can't believe it. I surprised myself, or you could say purely lucked out. Now this reveals all the brain engineering I've been doing underneath, all the envisioning. But in the end, I just took this big angle iron and glued it right to the fiberglass body. That's the thing about winging it. You never know till you try. That's the look I was going for. This is what the whole process has been leading up to. Check it out. What do you think? It works, right? Does it work for you? You want to see the roof, right? Even the shop inspector's impressed. Definitely feeling the vibe, but he's not going to be satisfied until the roof opens. The thing that differs in the roof and the hood is that this is laminated to the Sterling roof. I knew that was going to come free. I don't know that this one's gonna come free. Multiple layers. I might have overlapped. I got a lot of foam, a lot of glue. This one might not open, but I definitely saw it open. Same process as the nose section. I'm gonna part off this roof panel. You can get inside and lift it up. I used to get into a little 1-foot square box and be submerged underwater and escape. This is part of my training. So, in theory, this thing, yeah, does just what it used to do. The Sterling roof is still in place. That worked out perfect. So, I mean, it looks completely different, but we're gonna retain the Sterling inner structure, the window sill area. The A-pillars are gonna get cut out, but the hinges, the latch, the mechanism, the backing flange are all Sterling. Victor got what he wanted. The finest point about this process is that Victor retains his roof in the car. It's forever entombed in this new project. So that's it. It works exactly like the Sterling. I mean, it's still there. Victor gets what he wants. Easy in and out. And it looks cool.
Ian, what's going on?
Victor has always had this ability to kind of show up right on cue. You know, it's like he's got a sense when something's happened that he needs to check out. We're rocking and rolling, man. This thing fit the car perfectly. Everything worked out fine.
That thing looks cool. So it fit on, no major adjustments or nothing?
Nope, fit right on the car. So everything is cool, and I just cut it back the way our 3-piece design was. So the hood is separate from the roof, and the quarter panels are just like we created in the mold.
So the hood opens separately from the top.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to show you. Check it out. Here, grab it in the headlight, just pull forward and up. So
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
That's crazy.
So look, I made all these aluminum hinges.
That's pretty cool. I was surprised to see the hood tilt up like that. That's a bonus. I wasn't thinking of this.
But the roof is all just like the Sterling, hydraulically operated.
And you know, that was the only task that I told you that I wanted to be exactly like the Sterling. That this hood, and I gotta show you again, go up. It can't go like this. It's gotta go up like that. So
Oh,
if
it even
does
makes the sound.
I'm happy. That's incredible. Well, let's see this thing going.
Think through this whole project, Victor's one-track mind is, oh yeah, everything looks great. How's the roof? Does it work?
Hang on, I gotta film the first time this goes up. This is historical for me. You don't understand.
Bottom line, when his camera comes out, these are memories he's keeping. He's definitely excited. This is what he wanted to see.
Let's see. Hit it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, look at how smooth. That's it, man.
You could see in somebody's eyes when they're like, yeah, I'm charged up. Everything we've done is paying off right now. Everything's happening.
That's incredible. Hey, you did it, man. I don't know how you did it, but it's done.
Truth of the matter is, Victor thinks that it was only the roof that was going to be motorized, but it's a bit more than that. One more trick I wanted to show him was that the hood is motorized as well. This one's on electric actuators. It's a little slower. It didn't need the power of hydraulics because it's a bit more lightweight.
That's pretty good. Seeing the roof and the hood, it just like re-energizes me to take this thing to really keep going on it. Well, I just asked for an opening top and I get a transformer.
It is a transformer.
My grandkids are gonna love me. I can't wait to see this thing done. This brought me back to that, come on, let's go, let's go. Luckily, I was my batteries are running down. Like,
You
wow,
and me both,
man.
right?
I'm like, again, now it's like, wow.
I know Victor's got a lot of ideas bubbling up. I got ideas of my own. I'm excited to get them happen. And that's what's really gonna bring this thing to a close. We are on the home stretch of this project. You know, the majority of the fabrication is complete. We couldn't find anything that looked right on the car as far as taillights go. So Victor says, hey, on top of every other thing you have to do, just knock off a custom set of taillights that looks awesome. taillights are really just winging it. You know, we've done so much model and mold making, I figure I'm gonna make a model off of our model and build custom taillights. I haven't discussed this with Victor at all. He's coming over to check out what I'm up to. Hopefully, there's no modifications.
Ian, what's going on?
Hey, making progress, baby.
Hey, sorry I haven't been able to come by. I've been so crazy busy at work.
It's all good. It's just been super busy on the interior, and I knew we didn't have taillights, so I'm making up these housings. I cut open the body. I'm gonna make Frenched-in taillight. The acrylic lenses, just like the bubble top. I'm gonna heat up red acrylic, and then these will be the housings. This foam comes out, and we'll put LEDs inside.
That's it, and that's gonna be nice. We'll French it in just a little, and we're cool.
Good deal.
That's awesome.
I'm telling Victor what's going on with these taillights, and I could see his mind is elsewhere. You know, he's all about the enhancement, the modification. He mentioned that after this body came out of the mold, there was still a couple things he wanted to change, and now I'm concerned because he's got that look in his eye.
After it came out of the mold, I was really looking at it. The back was cool, the front was cool, but this open gap, I gotta fill this hole in, and what I was thinking of doing is go ahead and adding a louver. So it'd be one louver, the next louver down, the next louver, all the way down to this point.
I love the idea of putting louvers here. You know, my mind starts racing. I got a bunch of ideas, and it's really just about coming up with something tangible. I got all this aluminum left over from the grill and whatnot, so it's just 1/8" plate, right?
That's perfect size.
And it'll be like a set of stairs, what you're describing, just down, 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 all the way through, right?
That's perfect. The only thing is I don't want it square. I want you to do something so it blends in with the supercar look, going down and ties in. I'm leaving this in your shoulders right now.
This is the realm I thrive in when Victor says, do what you want. So you can see the state of the car. You know, Ish has got a huge amount done on the interior. I'm gonna take the nose off. Your guys are doing the body work outside. See, there's a guide coat on the car. We're ready to primer this thing like tonight, but you gotta commit to no more changes.
I'll commit to no more changes. I might enhance. I'll give you all the help you need on the body work and anything you need. Like everything else, I'm always running late. I gotta head out, so looking good. Call me if you need anything.
Cool, man.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, good deal. I'll build those louvers right now. Victor said he wanted louvers on the back of the car. He also said I could do whatever I want, so here we go. Everything about the car has to tie together. What I accomplish with the taillights mimics the headlights. I'm thinking front to back all the time. The chin spoiler on the front has this unique, like, sawtooth shape. So we're just gonna put some more of that on our car. First up, cardboard template before we do it in metal. Just a little bit more accent on that. That's a keeper right there, right away, you know it. Thing is, I don't want to come off as like that dated 80s, 90s rear window louver style. I want something unique, something full custom, something high-end, something classy, something money, baby. Putting this hardware in place, countersink the screws, it's really starting to look like something. I think I'm on the right track with this, but I won't know until I make a bunch of them. All right, 4 in a row. The concept here is I need these guys to seemingly float in space above each other, perfectly spaced, in a row, and be strong. This is all about what it looks like on the car, so it looks fancy on the table, might not be right on the vehicle. Oh yeah, totally. That's what I was hoping it would turn out to look like. You know, it looks fast. Looks like a stealth fighter or something. I'm gonna make 11 more, fill up that space, bolt them together. I'm not gonna do any finish work until Victor approves, but I think seeing this thing full size is gonna seal the deal. I got both the taillights finished up, and I'm just working on finalizing this louver set. I really like this. I can't wait for Victor to see it. He didn't have any requests on how these were going to be created, what they looked like, etc. So he's coming in cold.
Ian, how's it going?
I do a little metal work in my spare time when I'm not doing fiberglass for months. So I came up with this, you know, just winging it.
That's called fabrication at its best. Look at that. This guy, again, went up and above what I asked for.
I just thought the front spoiler had such a cool shape, you know, the Lamborghini chin spoiler, the air dam. I just used those 3 points and just shrunk it down.
Brilliant idea. It's gonna all flow together with the front to the back.
Exactly. He's nodding, he's into it, he's digging it. I really just want to show it to him on the car. That's what sells it. Yeah, I haven't even seen it full size yet, so. Putting it on the surface of the car, there it is. You could tell it's meant to be. Takes that giant negative space in the car and it enhances it. Wow, that looks freaking gnarly, man.
Like real.
Like an angry machine.
That matches this car perfect.
Victor's not a man of few words, and he also likes his enhancements, and you can see he's into this. I'll put it on this hinge, that way it's like a hatchback, you know? That opens, you can get stuff in there if you need it, and it'll latch down just like the trunk did.
Cool. Look at with the light that you put in.
Oh yeah, I built those tail lights too. Let me show you what that's about. Also explained to Victor I finalized these rear tail lights. You know, they're pretty trick. Everything's handmade. I put a clear lens, explaining to him we can try a deep red or more of a ruby red lens, LEDs, you know, just discussing what it takes to wrap this thing. I have a windshield that I made. It's out of polycarbonate, so that'll be the last thing because it's pretty fragile. I'll wait until the car is fully done. The body guys are working hard on this. You know, the deadline is close. So I just got one question. Any changes?
It's not that I'm not sure. I'm looking at it and I'm just trying to absorb it all, right? Then he ends the sentence by saying, is that good? No changes. No changes, that's it.
That's a first,
I'm
ladies and
committed.
gentlemen. He's committed.
That was hard for me to say.
Okay, we got results. He made a decision. I'm just rolling with that decision-making process. Let's get to the paint, Victor. Tell me what color it's gonna be.
Well, you know, the mock-up was like a bluish gray, more of the blue. It looked pretty good, but I think I'm gonna go with a gray or silver or maybe a red or black.
So
Or maybe a white, I'm not sure.
I'm leaving the paint call up to Victor. It's a little stressful because he changes his mind, and I've seen him paint a car back to back 3 times in a row. I think this is why Victor's such a successful businessman, because he thrives in the final inning. You know, you see the baseball game and they're all waiting for that home run. That's what Victor's swinging for. He loves the suspense. I'm nervous. We are literally 48 hours out from the show. From this point on, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's busy. We got to get this thing done. Got this car finished up and took it out for a test drive. You haven't been able to stand back and look at this car outside of the shop. You know, it's a whole different perspective getting it out in the real world. Surprisingly, Victor went with a white paint job, used a little pearl in it, and contrasted that with all black details. Lino and Ish went nuts on the interior. It's completely hand-built. We left the stock gauge cluster, the steering wheel's there, special rocket launcher flipper switches for the nose to open and the roof to open. Black rims, blacked out lights, blacked out the rear louvers also. Another last minute element was this rear spoiler. We made these side fins. They're made in the same way as the rear louvers.
We took it out to this deserted road, ripping around. We just having a blast. And I said, Ian, you gotta drive this thing now.
Got your top, got your supercar, got your air conditioning.
All I wanted was my top.
This thing looks crazy, man. You haven't even seen it driving down the
wait
street
till you
yet.
drive
It's
it.
freaking cool. All right, man, let's check this
I gotta
out.
check this thing out, man.
That's the one thing I know, man. This hat is not working with that roof. Shut her down and cruise.
All right, let's go for it.
This car's driving great. You know, Victor wants to take it to the show. I want to see how people are going to respond. We made it out to the car show. This is the show that originally kicked off the whole idea of this crazy journey we've been on. The thing about a car show is it's literally trial by fire. You never know how people are going to react.
We've had a couple of our bills critiqued pretty heavy. So I'm thinking, what are people gonna think or say about this car?
We made it, dude.
It's here.
Sometimes you can take a car to a car show, people walk right by it, don't even pass a second glance. This car has the exact opposite attraction.
We haven't took it to first day out. We just finished it up last night.
Victor's concept of the roof opening, I mean, that's the number one. That's the ointment that catches the flies, so to speak.
Once I parked, lifted the top up and get out, people just came around the car and like, what is it? And at that moment I said, I don't know.
It's really difficult to explain to people in the parking lot what happened here, you know? Trying to go through this elaborate explanation, we ended up just saying it's a concept car.
We made it. We got a Porsche Boxer, took all the skin off.
We molded the whole car and then laid it in fiberglass.
And then Dustin, the promoter of the show, came up to us and we explained what we had done, and he was kind of like, wow. We came to the show 6 months ago. We were inspired by the supercars. We built hot rods. They said, hey, let's build ourselves one. And this is what we still need a lot of detail, but
apparently he was inspired by coming here, which is one of the reasons I do it, and I just hope that everyone can look at that and follow his example and say, you know what, I want to create something, I want to do something different, I want to go for it. And that's the embodiment, in my opinion, of the car world, the car scene, is that you can do it if you go for it and you take that step. So I think it's awesome.
Dad, this is amazing.
yeah, no, that thing came out pretty
So
clean.
you got your camera out again. That means
Yeah.
you're satisfied.
Yeah.
No more changes, right?
I could honestly say the car will not change concept. It may change colors.
You got the button.
All I wanted was the roof, man. You did it,
Congratulations.
man.
I don't know what the heck we're gonna do next.
Well, in the car world, hey, there's still boats and airplanes.
Right. I've always wanted to do a submarine or a helicopter, so let's just quit this car thing and get onto the spaceships.